we are diving straight into the digital classroom revolution. Amira is transforming early learning, using the synergy of AI and neuroscience to teach kindergartners to read full sentences. We explore how New York City Schools has implemented this groundbreaking AI reading app across 150 schools, and what parents are saying about the impact of these AI-enabled iPads in their children's education.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we shift gears completely and head to the world of professional sports drama. Former Carlton head coach Michael Voss has finally spoken out, revealing he is at peace with his exit from the club and detailing the personal processes that led to this pivotal decision, including his conversations with key figures like Peter Blutcher and Chris Davies. Then we look at the NFL offseason strategy. We investigate why the Los Angeles Rams decided not to use the 2026 NFL Draft despite having all-in plans, uncovering the Rams' belief that their current roster is already good enough to secure a Super Bowl appearance. And finally, we explore a fascinating intersection of culture and commerce. We examine how sports venues like the Barclays Center are making a massive move by integrating fine art, featuring installations by Sarah Shee and Rashid Johnson, and how this strategy is opening up new marketing opportunities for the entire sports ecosystem. New York City public schools are grappling with the rapid and pervasive integration of artificial intelligence into kindergarten classrooms, sparking intense debate among parents and educators. Programs like Amira, an AI reading app utilizing the synergy of AI and neuroscience, are now implemented in approximately 150 schools across the city, providing thousands of young students with AI-enabled iPads to learn to read. While proponents argue that AI can level the educational field and support teachers by differentiating instruction, parents express deep concern over the implications. Critics argue that these technologies risk replacing crucial elements of early childhood development, such as imagination, social skills, and the importance of tactile learning methods like building blocks. Concerns have escalated beyond simple screen time. Parents worry that AI apps, which collect voice recordings to improve their teaching algorithms, are essentially teaching children how to interact with consumer products rather than fostering holistic development. Furthermore, some programs, such as the gamified math app SD Math, are criticized for potentially replacing traditional learning with screen-based drills, leading some children to prefer digital content over traditional methods. Several parents feel that the focus on technology is siphoning intellectual curiosity and data, viewing these corporate-backed tools as prioritizing profit over the best interests of their children. There is also a practical concern that offloading instruction to tablets shifts the teacher's role toward device management rather than direct instruction. This push for AI integration has drawn high-level attention, including executive orders signed by President Trump aimed at integrating AI literacy starting in kindergarten, and the formation of task forces to boost public-private partnerships. Despite official assurances that AI will not replace the dedication of exceptional teaching, a growing chorus of parents is demanding accountability. In response to mounting pressure, school administrators have begun listening directly to community feedback, including lengthy public hearings where parents voiced strong opposition. Some parents have called for moratoriums on AI in schools, citing concerns over student privacy and critical thinking. Amidst the controversy, a young student voiced a sentiment shared by many. "We look at screens all day, so it's not actually good for our brains." This highlights a growing call for a balance, emphasizing the value of play, social interaction, and low-tech learning methods alongside technological advancements in education. Former Carlton head coach Michael Voss has finally broken his silence, confirming he is at peace with his departure from the club. In an extensive 40-minute interview with veteran journalist Damian Barrett on Fox Sports, Voss detailed the process that led to his exit after 103 games across 4.5 seasons. Voss stated, "I'm at peace with it. I've had a few days to think about it, and then get the final pieces of the puzzle." Voss attributed his decision to a confluence of factors, including the team's tumultuous start to the final year of his contract, which saw the Blues lose 8 of their first 9 games. He emphasized the importance of the people involved, noting that his role centered on creating shared memories and celebrating highs, regardless of the outcomes. He mentioned speaking with players multiple times, stressing that the core of his work was always about people. Further revealing the timeline, Voss confirmed that discussions regarding his exit had been underway for several days. He disclosed a crucial conversation with his close friend, Peter Blutcher, ahead of a match against the reigning premiers, where he affirmed his belief that it was time to depart. Voss explained that he was hoping for a positive on-field result to delay the decision, but ultimately, he felt a decision had to be made. When pressed about the intense scrutiny leading up to his exit, Voss suggested that the public perception of his experience does not reflect his personal reality. He remarked, "What I can't explain is a lot of that has not impacted me as much as maybe what people see." He stressed personal accountability, asserting that how he shows up is entirely his responsibility and that external opinions should not dictate his emotional approach as a leader. The Los Angeles Rams opted not to utilize the 2026 NFL Draft despite having an all-in strategy for the upcoming season, signaling a confidence in their current roster. This decision stems from a strategic assessment that the team did not believe it lacked the necessary components to secure a Super Bowl berth. ESPN's Dan Graziano explained the reasoning, stating that the primary reason for the 2025 Rams postseason shortcomings was not a severe deficiency, but rather losing 2 out of 3 games to the Seahawks. To bolster their defensive capabilities, the Rams made key moves, trading for All-Pro cornerback Trent McDuffie and signing Jalen Watson in free agency to solidify their cornerback room. With these additions, the team felt its most pressing need was addressed. Instead of drafting for immediate 2026 help, the Rams focused on long-term planning. They drafted Ty Simpson to serve as a long-term replacement for Matthew Stafford and Max Clare as depth tight end, with the goal of having a starter by 2027. While options existed, such as drafting a player like Ruben Bain Jr., or an offensive lineman at the number 13 overall pick, the Rams felt confident in their existing roster. The team's philosophy was to prepare for the future, believing their current squad was strong enough to win the Super Bowl. This approach suggests the Rams view the 2026 draft as a tool for future development rather than an immediate fix. Ultimately, the Rams believe they were close to a championship last year, needing only a slight adjustment, which they felt was already managed by the off-season acquisitions. Sports venues are increasingly integrating fine art into their offerings, transforming arenas into cultural hubs alongside their sporting functions. Brooklyn's Barclays Center is leading this trend, moving beyond traditional sports programming to establish significant art installations. This fall, the venue will feature Sarah Shee's Wave, an immersive installation utilizing 250 screens, followed by large-scale paintings by Rashid Johnson and Mark Bradford at the Flatbush Premium entrance. Looking ahead, Cambuie Olujimmy's We Always Have Room for One More is scheduled for installation in the spring of 2027 at Ticketmaster Plaza. This trend is not unprecedented. Venues like AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, pioneered large-scale art integration in 2009, featuring works by artists such as Doug Aitken and Oliver Eliasson. Other major sports franchises, including the Florida Marlins, Kansas City Chiefs, and Golden State Warriors, have also incorporated art into their spaces. What distinguishes the Barclays Center is its commitment to fostering artistic residency programs. The arena has launched the sports world's first artist-in-residence program, currently featuring Paul Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer is a highly recognized artist whose work frequently explores the intersection of sport and the human body, exemplified in his video works that deconstruct the athlete's presence within the game. His residency collaboration with multidisciplinary artist Sean Leonardo will focus on community engagement, masculinity, and sports through a media workshop at the arena. Artistic consultant Andrea Hickey noted that the venue's interest in art stems from a desire to examine movement in space and the form of the athlete, moving beyond the specifics of the game. Hickey highlighted that co-owner Clara Wu-Tsai is driving this initiative as a passion project to weave art, sport, and social justice into conversation in non-traditional settings. While fans generally respect the artwork, the integration involves careful consideration of safety and crowd engagement. Experts suggest that art in these venues serves a dual purpose, enhancing the cultural experience while also opening up significant marketing opportunities. Sports franchises leverage art collections to attract a broader audience for events like weddings, corporate outings, and themed parties, competing successfully with traditional venues like hotels and museums. Unlike some venues that adhere to strict thematic guidelines, the Barclays Center is prioritizing artistic freedom, focusing on showcasing both Brooklyn artists and international global talent, allowing the artists themselves to lead the creative direction.